Alright, so let's see how to change the spark plugs on this Audi. So just twist these pins 90 degrees basically, and the cover comes out. With a screwdriver or a hook you can release the connectors. You have to press this tab and pull it out in the same time. You've got here a ground connection with a 10mm, remove it. Alright, so from this point, if you want to do a regular maintenance and replace the spark plugs, you should do that every 100,000 kilometers or even less. However, I've got here a different situation. On the cylinder number 1 is a random misfire. And as you can see, somebody already replaced the coil pack. This one looks different than these two. This one is new. So I'm going to show you some simple things to look for if you have a random misfire like me. Lift them out. This looks like a brand new coil pack. So let's remove all the coil packs. And I'm going to keep them in order. It's very important to do that, especially when you diagnose a misfire. With a 60mm spark plug socket, I'm going to remove the spark plug from the cylinder number 1. The spark plug looks good. It looks like somebody put some grease on it. And the tip of the spark plug looks okay. There is a sign of a little bit of overheating because there is a white layer of material on top of the spark plug and on the bottom. Cylinder 2 spark plug on cylinder 2 coil pack. This is for cylinder 3. Let's see for the cylinder 4. This one looks more like the cylinder 1 on top, and on the bottom as well is more white than the middle ones. If you compare with cylinder 1, I haven't touched this spark plug, and as you can see there is no carbon buildup on it compared to this one. Next, I'm going to reconnect the coil packs in their order. For the following test, I ground up all the spark plugs. I connect them between each other with these alligator clips. All the alligator clips will go to the negative side of the battery. And now when I crank the car, you should be able to see the sparks. Once you see sparks on each cylinder, you can compare the timing of them. It's not going to be the most precise comparison, but at least you can see if there is a miss, for example, on cylinder 1 because we are targeting this cylinder. So let me turn the lights off and try again. So as you could see, all the spark plugs work. It's very useful to have these alligator clips, by the way, in situations like this when you need to connect some stuff. I'm also using these recordings to do this diagnose, and as you could see, the spark is not consistent. There was at least 2 gaps when the spark did not occur, and that will cause the misfire codes. What I'm going to do next, I will reverse 2 coil packs. I will connect the cylinder 2 to cylinder 1 and other way around. In that way, I'm going to see if the coil pack is faulty or the connection to the coil pack or whatever the computer side is wrong. So let's do that now. I will remove the spark plug. I will turn off the light. Well, as you could see, the problem still occurred. It means that the coil packs are not the problem. There has to be a connection problem to the PCM. So I'm going to look for that forward. Now let's reinstall the spark plugs and tighten it by hand first. Take a piece of cloth or a paper towel. You can tape it on the screwdriver and basically tighten it in there and clean the threads, because any oil on the threads will cause one spark plug to be tightened more than the other when you use your torque wrench. You have to torque them down to 12 foot-pounds, which is going to be around 16 Newton meters. So let's see. Now before reinstalling the coil packs, I want to have a look on this cylinder number 1 connection. So I will open this rubber cover and I want to inspect the wires. Alright guys, so I didn't catch this on camera, but I found a problem. This wire was disrupted from here. This wire is from the control side. I'm going to talk about the ignition system in another video because it's a long and complicated one. But long story short, this wire did not allow for a full connection in here, due to engine vibrations or any other reasons, the spark was not consistent. The short was near the connector and easy to be fixed, but in some situations you have to go further to the computer. Even in the worst situations, the computer might be the fault. But usually if the computer is the fault, you will have a lot of other electric issues around the engine. So it's not going to be just one, it's going to be a lot of them. I'll have to put some black tape around this wire. That gotta be enough. Now I'm going to place back the coil packs. Let's release this fuel line, the input fuel line. Alright, now let's see the result of all this work. I'm going to connect my scan tool on the OBD2 port. Here is the trouble code. As you can see, ignition coil B, primary control circuit open. This one is for the coolant temperature sensor. I'm gonna talk about it later. So let's clean up these trouble codes and see if they come back again. Now we've got 0, and I'm going to start the car. And let's see if it comes back. Alright, nothing until now. Alright, looks like all is good. The first code for the coolant temperature sensor, it comes after a while, I know that. But the misfire one, it will come immediately, and now it does not come. As you can see, I'm scanning and there is nothing coming in. There is no check engine light, so it seems like the problem is fixed. So that was pretty much it, guys. I hope you don't need to do this diagnose on your car, but if you do and this was helpful, give it a thumbs up. Also check out the other videos I made, it might be useful for you. And until next time, drive safe so I can see you in the next video.